So I love that the fact that in the center of all your movies, it's family. You know, Michael probably will walk in right now or whatever. There's always family around. And I love that you do that. What's kind of the core there? Why do you like to do that?
You know, family is just so important to everything that we do. And those of us who have great families and love big, huge families or small families, or love our families or don't like our families so much, I think it's just something that everybody can relate to. So I love to start in a space where we all are familiar with, and everybody's familiar with family at one point or another.
Now, when you created Madea, was this someone pointing back to your family? Or I know maybe you don't want to get personal, but I'm just curious if it has anything to do with, reminds you of someone in your family.
Oh, 100%. She's a cross between my mother and my aunts. And these women I grew up with who were so wonderful and so loving and so caring will knock you upside the head one second and pray for you the next and take you to the hospital. And, those women, this is an homage to them for sure.
Well, and always she's the one kind of with the wisdom, and, she does it in a funny way, but she kind of has kind of the wisdom that people are kind of looking towards to get them through. Can you talk more about that?
And again, for me, growing up the way that I grew up, it was always the older people that you went to for the wisdom. It was my people coming to my mother, my grandmother, my aunts. These women carried so much wisdom because of the history and the lives that they had lived. And that's where she is. That's where she comes from. So when Madea's giving advice, I'm definitely channeling those women and thinking about all the things that I learned growing up with them.
I know. I liked that. I like that we can talk about it, and you do everything in a comedy, because people do have hard lives. Like we do need to have joy, and we need 100%, to have something to make us. Is that something when you went into, doing this work, you wanted to bring joy to people? You wanted to bring comedy to people? Is that something was a desire when you first started?
Well, it came out of watching my mother go through some really hard times and me coming in the room and imitating people and making her laugh. So I knew the power in that very young, and that was a masterclass for the rest of my life. So yes, I know the power of making people laugh and the power of making people feel good. And it really, it not only does it do things for them, but it shows up in your own life when you're doing good. And that's what I believe.